Don't swear, you're on the air. We're sitting here with Shandy Lawson on the John Peckman podcast.
Oh my God.
I know.
Are we ready? The royal we. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
We're totally
If
ready.
we're ready.
Well, that's good. Because we're ready to roll. John Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. The Spool of Dance. It's a spool.
I like that.
I do too. I like
The
it
longer,
better.
the better.
I like it
That's one of
better
my
than
best dance moves.
I like it better than what it is. Yeah, come on, y'all. Let's do the spool. But seriously, John Peckman, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Beautiful downtown Portland, Connecticut. Come over the bridge, pull a Yui, park in front of the music store with the red neon light. Come on upstairs. We're here. We have vinyl. We have music lessons. We have all kinds of things.
That's exactly,
That's exactly
what we
how
did.
we got here.
Hey, pulled a Yui, pulled
Yep.
up right in
You
front.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We are here. Frank Critelli's been here before. Shandy Lawson has not been here before.
I'm a virgin here.
Yeah. And we are here for a reason. We're on a piece of dust hurtling through the cosmos.
At an ungodly speed.
Right.
Towards who knows what.
Right.
Right.
Sheer oblivion.
Right.
God willing.
Good Lord. Wow, it's getting heavy already. Wow. I didn't even have one sip of coffee yet. I got to get caught up. But singer, songwriters, both of these dudes, right?
True enough, yeah.
Okay. Frank has been here before to talk about his life. You can refer back to that episode. But briefly tell us, Frank, what you are doing lately. And then we will talk about the event that we are here to most specifically talk about.
I think I'm doing most of the same things I was doing before.
Okay. That's
Doing
your
more
style.
of it, maybe hopefully a little bit in wider spaces.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting to travel a little bit more than I think the last time we talked.
Oh, good.
But other than that, pretty much doing exactly the same thing.
All right. Which is, just remind us real quick, you still got the series going?
Oh, yeah. The Old Church Acoustic Series is the first Friday of every month from September to May.
Okay.
And then we do some outdoor shows at the beautiful Meriden Green.
That's right. Yeah.
And we've been having some good times. We got Max Creek coming this year.
Oh, hey.
I know, that's a big deal for us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brian Delzani's Loner Band. I really like them a lot. If you have not seen them, they're really cool.
Yeah, that I don't know about. But
Yeah. You know Brian Delzani, right?
no.
No? Fairfield Cat?
No.
Singer-songwriter?
I try never to go down there.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
No
There's no reason to go down there.
I
But
don't know.
sometimes he comes up here.
Right.
And he's good when he does.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't know about him, but we'll check it out.
You should have him on the podcast. Maybe you'll
Why don't I
find out about him.
hook it up? Yeah, we'll hook
Oh,
it
you
up.
got it. I'll introduce you on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? And then we have Shandy Lawson. Tell me your deal, man. What's your deal?
Oh, my deal.
Yeah.
My deal is I do whatever I feel like pretty much at the time. And that pays terribly. I'm unemployable, but usually in a good mood.
Being employed isn't
So-
everything.
No, it's not everything.
Not everything.
But it allows me to do things like this James project that we're going to get to,
Sure.
and just hang out with Frank. That's my day.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's my day. And laundry. I do laundry.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
He's really good at laundry. I've seen him do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty. Yeah,
He
I'm
folds a
pretty
shirt like nobody else.
Wow. Yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, me too. I don't know, I don't know.
good. The Gap wanted me, but they couldn't afford me.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
could
Yeah,
fold
those
like
people can
crazy.
fold shirts
Oh,
too,
yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's part of the
I
game.
looked it up online once how to fold a shirt. I still can't fold a shirt.
I'm not that good at it either.
I was going to do a laundry camp for a while at my house, but
Laundry camp.
yeah, for like the real hardcore kids who
Yeah,
are into
yeah.
it.
I
But
would like to. I would sign up. I'd like to get it over with. My wife, she tries to show me, and I still can't. I just can't quite get it. I can't even fold a towel. I'm still working on that.
I'm okay at towels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I try to keep her out of. I mean, none of this matters, but my wife and I, we don't think it's strange, but we live separate lives at the same time. Like we haven't slept in the same bed for over a decade, and it's beautiful. And our house that we've been there only for a few years, like her bedroom, my bedroom is here,
Yeah.
and her bedroom is here.
Wow.
So it's a totally different world.
Yeah.
We have a laundry schedule up. Like I'm Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I have access, and then she's loading in. So if my stuff is still in the dryer, it just goes on the floor or whatever. That's kind of how we roll.
Wow.
But like sometimes she'll get into my bathroom and start doing things, and I tell her don't. And she folds the towels nice, stacked. And I don't know how she folds them. So then when I do my towels, it's messed up and I'm just like,
I feel like this might be a very healthy relationship.
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
You know, and then like I would add to that, just have a one room where you can commingle.
Yeah.
If you had the one commingle
common area.
room,
Well, we
a
do.
common
I
area.
mean, we do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I told her, I was like, either fold the towels the way I do, because now it's inconsistent.
It
Right.
sounds to me like both of you need to come to Shandy Lawson Laundry Camp.
Yeah.
Sessions are starting in
I'm gonna
June.
recommend it.
ShandyLawsonLaundryCamp.com.
I'd like to get it over with. I'd like to figure out how to
The
do
snacks are really good over there too.
it. Then next is how to empty the goddamn dishwasher. Do you have a camp for that? Because that's going to be, I need help with that
I don't
too.
do that myself.
So I don't do anything right.
Yeah.
Nothing. Wow, that came right out. Like,
Brother, we totally understand. We're here for you.
yeah, that's okay.
You want to talk more about it?
No,
we can.
I don't.
We
have
would listen.
We have other things.
Frank
to
has
talk
therapist vibes. This happens all the time.
about. Yeah. Maybe it's you.
I don't
It
think
brings
so.
it
That's
out.
not me.
Wow, you bring this out. All right. So, but what are you doing musically that you can?
So musically, I'm usually a third of the bargain
Okay.
with Frank and Muddy Rivers, and that takes up most of my time and brain space.
Okay.
But we just wrapped up a record that we spent a couple of years working on.
Oh wow.
And I was so tired of listening to all those songs. And at the same time, I was working on this James project, and I was getting kind of tired of those songs. And they both kind of came to an end at the same time.
Oh wow.
So now I'm taking the year and I'm just doing whatever, like I said, whatever I want with anybody creatively. So I have doing stuff with Jeffrey Thunders and the Nortons and whoever will have me, and Denise
Just released a
Jones
single
and-
with Denise Jones.
Yeah, and Steve Rogers and
Oh cool.
so I just a lot. I'm doing a lot of like little one-off collaborations because there's so many people. I want to work with everybody.
Yeah.
There just isn't time.
Doing a bunch of artwork too.
Oh wow.
Your graphics game is on point these days.
Well, thank you.
Wow. Hey.
Worked on the cover for American Elm, the High Lonesome Plains record.
Okay.
That was a huge honor.
Yeah.
Was the re-release of the High Lonesome Plains album, River and the Sea, which if you could wear out a CD, I would have worn that thing out when it came out. And so Chris Buskey asked me to make a new cover for it. So
Cool.
The High
was
Lonesome
great.
Plains featured James Velvet on the bass guitar, and they will be performing on March 30 at New England Brewing for the James celebration.
yes.
Okay. So whoops.
That's
let's
just a hint for things to come.
Yeah. Well, we can get to it. Well, where did you grow up? How did you get this way? Let's just do that.
How did I get this way?
You
So
know,
I
or
grew up
whatever.
in Central Connecticut.
Okay.
I got this way from hanging out with Frank.
Right. Really? What were you like before?
Unrecognizable. I was a lot taller then.
Oh wow.
I was
That's
8
interesting.
feet tall
He was-
out of the
yeah,
chute.
yeah,
Wow.
something like that. It was
Sort of
striking.
a Benjamin Button type of situation. I was
Wow.
a lot taller when I was born.
That's heavy.
I'm from Farmington, Connecticut is where I was born and raised,
Okay.
and traveled around a bit, New York, Tampa, Los Angeles.
Sure.
But I've always written songs, and I've always played them for whoever will listen, and
Yeah.
usually that's been around New Haven.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
Cafe 9 circuit.
Yeah. Why not? The Cafe 9 circuit,
a big
which
circuit.
consists of Cafe
Cafe
9.
9.
Yeah.
And the parking lot next to Cafe 9.
Right. Well, no, that's cool though. I mean, it's still going, still representing.
It is, and I mean, I would say the majority of the friends that I have now I can trace back to, if not Cafe 9, like the
Yeah,
New
right.
Haven scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of dig over the years of being there. I mean, it's nothing against any whatever, but it looks like it's more and more of a performance. Like they finally just said, you know what, this is what we are.
With the bigger stage. And,
Right.
Yeah,
Where it used to be like it was the vibe of a bar that had music kind of over there.
Yeah.
But now it feels more like a venue,
Yeah, it's more of a venue.
Yeah.
which is cool,
Paul Mayer made it that way.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he built that stage, shortened the bar, brought in some real classic acts, man. Some legends have played at Cafe 9.
Yeah. Such as,
Al Anderson.
right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Who else?
Pine Top Perkins.
Sure.
The Flaming Groovies. Like all kinds of really
Kinky
cool
Friedman.
bands.
Angel Olsen.
Kinky Friedman.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Who just died last year.
Yeah.
Kinky Friedman.
Eddie Spaghetti of the Super Suckers, which nobody
How
cares
about
about
that?
but me. I'm a big Super
yeah.
Suckers fan.
Yeah. I don't quite know what that is. Almost.
Eddie Spaghetti.
Super Suckers. From where?
I'm not sure where they're from. They're sort of like a cowboy punk thing.
Okay.
It sounds like Australia to me.
Wow.
It sounds like
I
it,
don't
but
know
I
why.
put my money on the Midwest somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. So we are together because of a dearly departed dude named James Velvet that we all knew for years, who's kind of, a cornerstone of this whole scene that we're talking about, I would say, right?
Absolutely.
For sure. And how long's it been?
10 years.
Really? It's been 10 years?
Yeah, 10 years this month.
That's crazy. I
Or-
never,
Next month.
Next month.
I didn't realize it was that long. Wow.
Yeah, it was a real,
That's crazy.
about time combined with the time is finally right thing. And just,
Yeah, right. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So James passed away. He was, I don't know. I can think of 3 people in all my life that I've known off the top of my head that I would say were actual writers, as in they wrote all the time, as in writers, like writing throughout their life. And he's one of them.
Yep.
For sure.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like just,
And other things besides songs, too.
Yeah.
He wrote stories. I saw him at Elm City Java one time during a storyteller show in the afternoon, reading one of his stories. And it was amazing to me because it was James, white hair James, too, but in a way that I had not seen him before, with words coming out of his mouth that I wasn't used to. That didn't rhyme, that told a story, and he had cadence in his voice.
Yeah.
He had a theater background,
Wow.
He was a very artistic human.
Yeah, for sure. I can get that. I didn't see what you saw, but I can imagine that.
Yeah, well, you've seen his garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, I played with James in a version of the Mockingbirds. I don't even remember how it. Well, I do remember how it happened now that I think about it. But I think I was at the end. I think I was the last Mockingbirds.
I think so, too.
If you were there when they went off the stage,
Yep.
then
I was at the end. Yeah.
I have that picture on my wall. It says "Last Call" and the 4 faces, and you're one of them.
Oh, really?
So you were in the last.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
The last version of the Mockingbird.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was me and Johnny Java and Dick Neal.
Yep.
And James. That was the last.
That's right.
The last one. Yeah, crazy. And what else back then? After that, he became the bass player again in what were they calling it?
High Lonesome
High Lonesome
Plains
Plains.
with Chris Bousquet,
Right.
and the Nortons with Calvin DeCutlass.
Right. Yeah. So I was out of the picture by then, but it was like he went back to being a bass player.
Right.
Yeah,
And Johnny
it was a matter of spotting some crazy talent and wanting to get in on it. And
Yeah, right.
both cases with Chris Buskey with High Lonesome Plains and Calvin DeCutlass with the Nortons, both James saw them out singing and playing somewhere and heard the lyrics and said like that I need to be part of that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Can I be your band? And in both cases they're like, well, yes, you
Yeah,
can,
sure.
sir, Mr. James Velvet.
Yeah, right.
And Johnny Java was the drummer in both of those acts,
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Which is funny
Yeah.
too, that he became a drummer. We're having a hoopty. There's a thing on Sunday, the 30th.
A hoopty, for sure.
Right?
Right.
Do tell it's where I don't remember. I don't know where it is. So.
It's at New England Brewing Company.
I should probably figure out where
on
it is.
175 Amity Road in Woodbridge.
In Woodbridge. Okay.
It's a brewery.
Okay.
Rob Leonard owns it.
Okay.
He's a longtime Connecticut,
Okay.
artistic dude as well.
Got it. It's a celebration of James Velvet's music.
New England Brewing and James have been friends for a very, very long time, too.
Okay.
Johnny Memphis is calling me right now.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
I'll call him back later.
No, take the call.
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
He
Tell him
already
not
went
to swear.
voicemail.
Hey, Johnny Memphis, how are you? Don't swear, you're on the air. We're sitting here with Shandy Lawson on the John Peckman podcast.
Oh my God.
I know. So you're on the you're going to be on the podcast now. You can look at
the
it.
10th caller.
You win.
Something?
Yeah, you won a free enrollment into Shandy's laundry camp.
Buddy, is somebody playing drums with you on March 30 at the New England Brewing Company for the James Velvet Show?
Yeah.
Who's playing drums for you?
Tommy Smith.
Sweet.
That's right.
All right,
I knew
cool.
that.
Buddy, I'm going to call you back when we're off air, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, brother.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. Thanks for the.
Thank you.
That's funny. See, it all happens here. It's happening.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to get the gig together.
That's what we've been doing. We've just been taking phone calls and trying to figure everything out.
Yeah,
we were hoping to have an outdoor stage, but now it's going to rain. I know. It's a nightmare.
I did everything I could about that.
Me
and
too.
got
I was doing my sunshine dance all over the place.
Yeah, I killed a goat for nothing.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's okay. I don't care.
Goats are delicious.
I put it in the fridge.
Is that what I saw? Oh,
It's
okay.
fine. It's fine for later. Either way,
Yeah.
doesn't stop the rain. Now you have goat. It's fine. Whatever. You know. So who? Well, do you want to talk about the album first, or the gig first? Like how, in your mind. So you masterminded the. So we have the.
Mastermind's a
James.
very strong word.
Well.
Yeah,
we have the CD. There's 24.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
lineups on
massive.
here.
It's a sprawling thing. Who's Who of New Haven. Everybody sent me their best work. Everybody sounds incredible.
Crazy.
Everybody's stretching out and doing songs they wouldn't normally do and styles they wouldn't normally do. I'm just unbelievably proud of how all of it came out. How it all came
Crazy.
together.
You know, you look at this and you realize the best thing. So there's 24 songs on this thing, which is amazing because all his songs are like, they don't need to be long. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just looking at the time and I'm like, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes,
Yeah.
3 minutes.
He knew what a radio hit was.
Right. Yeah.
He knew the format, but another great thing about those 24 songs is his widow Nancy Lee and we were just hoping we wouldn't have to do a double album because
Right.
double the expense. And,
Yeah, sure.
And so all of that came to like 70 seconds shy of the maximum. It was like
Whoa.
whoop, right up to the brim, and
Supposed to be.
and not a minute more. It was perfect.
That's crazy.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah.
That's wild.
And there's still another 24 people who want to be involved.
Yeah,
so
there-
we're already talking about volume 2.
So maybe, yeah, sure. And they will be after they hear this,
Oh, heck yeah.
right?
And there's talk of the James thing being
More of an annual
an
event.
annual event.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Just rumors, just talk and hearsay, but
Well, we'll see how this one goes.
worth discussing.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we're still trying to schedule this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Herding cats, man.
Yeah, crazy. So, you were saying I have a song on here, and
All the love.
I couldn't wait. I mean, when I heard, I don't even remember. Someone said there might be, and I immediately,
Yeah.
you know, like me and Tom Izzo, like I knew what song I wanted to do, and I said I'm going to get this in the can, and it'll be sitting here. And I actually had it in the can and didn't forget about it, but I said I guess that thing's not happening. And then somehow or another, it was like, hey, and I was
Well,
like,
yeah, that was that first go. That was kind of a false start.
boom. Okay.
That was a great idea, but the timing wasn't quite right. Nancy Lee wasn't ready. It
Sure.
was,
And then it was right before the pandemic.
and then it was right before the pandemic too. So that put everything on pause. And during the pandemic is when that project was handed over to me, which I took on partially because I'd never been in a band with a guy. I'd never, hosted a radio show with him. I certainly
wow.
wasn't married to him. And so I thought of all the people who'd be in a position to do a project like that, I was like the most emotionally removed. So
I see.
It'd be the easiest for me, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
live with the guy in your head for the whole time.
I see.
So that's part of why I took it on. But of course, as time goes on, the more I learned about him, and the more I remembered about him, and trying to learn his bass lines and his lyrics and everything, and I love the guy twice as much as before.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I remember there was something when he passed away. Who did a radio? Was that you?
Yeah.
Right?
Rick Allison spearheaded
Right.
it. WPLR gave the local band show an hour.
Right.
Normally the local band show, which was founded by James Velvet and Rick Allison in 1988.
Wow.
It's been on the air ever since.
Yeah, crazy.
Continuously. They wanted to honor James as well, So they gave the local band show an hour, and Rick Allison, Johnny Java was there, and I was there. And a lot of people gave sound clips. So we had people talking about. I remember yours made me weep.
Really?
Yeah, your remembrance of James and
What did I say? I remember doing it. But I don't remember what I said.
you talked about his love for one woman.
Oh yeah.
His whole life.
Yeah.
It's
an inspiration.
It struck me as how special that is.
I'm that kind of guy too.
And
so I relate to that.
I mean the comment was special, but the fact that you said that that was special about James, his love for one woman for his entire life. It was a wonderful love story, and it just the way you articulated it, knocked me out. It was really great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's true. I mean, his relationship with Nancy Lee was such a huge element of who he was.
Yeah.
What he wrote songs
Yeah.
about, and what that's who he talked about when we're having coffee, waiting to talk about songs that he probably wrote about Nancy Lee.
Yeah.
It was just such a defining part of him, at least for me.
Yeah. I'm sure I said that because that's the way I feel about it.
And so many people had so many beautiful things to say.
Yeah.
And it was really great.
Yeah. I was I know I'm not the only one because we all have these. I don't know. I guess it's a lesson in life or whatever. But we tend to take things for granted. And you just go, yeah, sure. Yeah, he's cool. He's doing his thing. And then it's interesting how. So I like the song I did is called All the Love. I like it because I like playing that song with the Mockingbirds, and I thought this would be fun to just like rock it out the way we used to play it. And it's funny because like I was just thinking how rare it is when you had somebody like James who wrote for as long as he did and was like unencumbered by anything. Like he's just doing it to do it. Like he's not on a record label. Like I have to create this thing.
Yeah, he wasn't out for the tour bus and the
No. But how rare it is to get to that point where he's actually writing his life in the thing in plain sight, whether you even notice it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I remember it would happen if you listen to all these songs that I don't when I say that that there's profundities or whatever, I don't mean to underestimate as if that's surprising, but they just hide in plain sight. And you're just like, did he just say that? Like just said it. Like all the love is like all the love I've scared away. All the love that scared me. I could freeze out the month of May with all the love I've scared away in my life. Yeah. I mean, that is unbelievably on. That's
he could put into just a
John
few
Lennon didn't
words
say that.
Something that we've all felt before, but haven't been able to put into any words. And he would throw it in a chorus.
Yeah, exactly. I would play that song with the Mockingbirds, and things would be because I don't know. Anyway, I gotta stop talking, but
no, keep talking.
It's a podcast.
But and you know what? I love those lines too because they're incredibly vulnerable.
That's what I mean.
And James Velvet was a giant of a man.
Mm-hmm.
A big giant man,
Mm-hmm.
and for him to be vulnerable like that was an incredibly special thing too.
Rare.
Yeah.
That they're able to. Because I don't know people. I just ended up in. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. How I ended up in the Mockingbirds. There I was. I didn't know any of the songs. We didn't rehearse. You'll be fine. And it took me a while, and the songs would just fly by, and I would have to figure out which one is this, and I would just pick up on lyrics as they kind of flew by. Like I never, someone doesn't go, "Hi, I'd like you to play in my band, and here's my entire, you studied it." And it took me. I did that gig for at least a couple of years, but it might have taken me a year to just go, did he just say what I thought he said? Is this song about what I think it's about? So just receiving it as it's kind of going by you.
I have a
So-
great memory of a Mockingbird Saturday night where at the end of the night, you were talking to Johnny Java, and you were talking about the songs, and maybe you were new in the band because you were like, well, but that one's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
dum,
sometimes,
boom.
sometimes.
And you were talking about the math of playing the drums for James Velvet. And I'm like, man, that poor guy, he just counts all night. You know,
Wow.
he's behind the drums just doing math.
Yeah, Java and I were talking about that too, where he would drop a beat
Right.
and then add
Yeah,
it
it's-
later
it's
on
hard.
so it all works out.
Yeah.
But if you're playing bass or drums to it and you're trying to, like the Nortons, there was a couple of parts that just wasn't coming together and it wasn't clicking, and we couldn't figure out why. And it's because half of us were doing it, you know, the way he would do it with dropping a beat, and the other half were doing it in straight 4/4. It's
Right.
just,
Right.
but
Like you got to sync up your hiccups
Yeah.
or something.
but James wouldn't say, oh well, I dropped a beat here, so then
He doesn't have to.
syncopate this and then I
Right.
grab that beat at the end. Like, no, he just, that's what he did because that's how it felt.
That's how it goes.
That's how the song goes. Yeah, that's what he would say.
That's okay.
Yeah. How come you have so many chords for, like, he could not sit on one chord for half a measure. He's like, well, that's how the song goes.
Right. Right.
Like, okay.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make it hard for me because I have to make sense. As guitar players, you know, it makes sense under his hands when he's singing and breathing and playing it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And it's consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, John Lennon did the same thing. You listen to John Lennon songs and you're like, but if you're me and I don't want to do math, but but it's a little different with drums because where it lands, I'm in halftime. And so, okay, if I do this, it's going to flip. So I have to wait and come back in. So I have to count through it at first just to get in. And then once you get in, then you're like, oh, okay, now I can relax and hear how it relates to what's going on. And you go, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But I got to start somewhere.
It's like double Dutch,
so
man.
hard,
It's
yeah.
Well, because
beyond
you
me.
gotta
I can't
Jump
do it.
in and
Well, you get the old, well, just feel it. It's like, but I'm feeling panicked now, though. I
Yeah.
can't feel what we're doing yet. I have to math my way in.
just trying to keep up.
Yeah. And then you go, okay, it's starting to make more sense. But that's my job.
I'm writing that down. You got to math your way.
You got to math your way in, you know? And then, once you get in, then you can relax. That's just the nature of drumming,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, because, like, if you're playing guitar or bass, you could just watch his hands and do the same thing, but I can't quite do exactly. So, yeah. But, yeah, I math my way through the...
Well, and now we're all trying to do it without him.
Yep.
So we can't watch his hands, and we all have different memories of how that
I
went,
know.
how that turnaround went, and
Yep. Yeah, we had a rehearsal. So I'm playing with Shelley and Dean Falcone and Shelley Velasquez. We're the Dean and Shelley segment is me on drums, Johnny Java on bass, Tom Izzo on other guitar, and we learned one of James's "Drop the Beat, Where Is It" songs. And we're in the rehearsal and we're like, wait a minute, hold on, what's going on?
spend my time with you.
Yeah. It's like, what's going on here? Let's go. And we figured it out, but not easy because you can't just play straight through it. But that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, even
I mean,
on a subliminal level, there's something different, and that catches your interest.
it's
and
okay. Yeah. No, I don't have any problem with that. Because if everything was just 4 times and then 4 times and then 4 times, it would sound like anything else. We wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah.
Right?
He made the complex sound simple.
Right.
To the average listener, you wouldn't realize it until you looked at the minutia of it
Right.
and you realized how complex it actually was.
The sheet music would be wacky.
Oh my goodness, I can't
Yeah,
even
forget
imagine
about it. Yeah, it would be nutty.
Yeah, there's no reason for that.
No. Well, no. I mean, there are. Why not? I mean, the one who's making the music, who's writing the music, that's the king. That's the everybody else. You have to get in line behind that. If you're around someone that's making the thing, like I'm not a writer, so I'm an accompanist, so I have to figure out how to get in line behind the leader. That's fine. You know?
Well, you got to math your way in. I learned that.
Yeah.
Wise philosopher taught me that.
Yeah.
Math your way in.
Yeah, you gotta, dude, you gotta, just math your way in, man. That's all. Yeah. So what are you playing on?
I'm going to be the
Yeah.
host with Rick Allison.
Okay.
We're going to look at it like it's a local band show,
Okay.
and we'll both be there. Rob DeRosa will be there. He'll be introducing some acts.
Cool.
Probably a few other people will introduce some acts too. Dennis Lamar. He's been on the local band show with Rick and I for a while now. You know.
Are you going to be singing "I Got a Shirt"?
Well, I think everybody will be singing "I Got a Shirt." I think.
Yeah, yeah.
But you'll lead us.
Yeah, we'll have probably a couple, hopefully a couple of leaders. You know, I asked a Big Fat Combo to be there as well.
Yeah, they deserve to be.
Yeah.
We forgot about them on the CD.
Oh, really?
Well, but you know, there's a lot of people. Like I said, there was a lot of people who would have been on a double disc. It just wasn't possible this time. But volume 2 of this record. Let's get through volume 1.
Yeah.
Shows March 30.
Are you down with volume 2?
Absolutely.
You will be by the time it comes.
We've already got a list.
Oh, wow.
Of lots of people who
Missed it?
who missed out on this one and want and deserve to be there. You know?
Yeah, cool.
James had a lot of admirers and a lot of great friends. He was everybody's god.
His world was enormous.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine having 24 friends who play guitar?
Actually,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know,
I can.
I don't
Can
have
you?
24,
Can you?
I don't have 24 friends. He had so many that
Right.
24 of them are on
What
a
do you
record.
do now? They're all on that
know?
record.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
stole them, but yeah, it's just that's amazing to me that's how many people liked him. That there's enough to fill a whole CD.
Well,
They were musicians.
you know, I mean, maybe you guys should know it too. You hang around in an area for long enough, and you create decades of goodwill, right? On the tree that's in East Rock Park over there, it's a quote from Ovid,
Yeah.
the James Velvet Tree,
Oh, wow.
and it's to be loved, be lovable,
Sure.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
spent a lifetime
Being
being lovable,
Yeah.
and
That's bound to happen.
being a community guy,
Yeah.
and not only just playing, but creating opportunities for other people to play.
Right.
And playing their songs on the radio, and organizing things and taking part in things.
And just encouraging. Like he would
And
come to
being
my
encouraging,
shows
yeah.
just to come to my show and
Sure, if he wasn't
and
working,
be the big loud clapping guy in the back. Yeah, if he wasn't playing somewhere else. But yeah, I mean he was always he would have said that he wasn't always out and on the scene, but I feel like he was always out somewhere. I saw him every time I went out.
did he ever write for the Advocate? I'm sure that he did at some point.
I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
It might
You can
even
ask
be
somebody.
mentioned in the liners.
Yeah, right.
Chris might have mentioned that.
Yeah. So tell me about what actually is involved in making this thing be in my hand. The process.
Getting in touch with everybody, and then they send me their tracks, and then once I knew, how many we had and who was doing what, then I could start on the artwork, the packaging.
Okay.
While I'm collecting tracks, I started working on the collage that's on the front. That's a mockingbird, and it's made from his lyrics.
Oh, wow.
So I'd work on that, and then get all the layout done, and then meeting with Nancy Lee all the time, make sure we're on the same page with all this stuff. And it was mostly just spreadsheet work,
Yeah, right.
keeping track of who sent me this, what's been mastered, what needs to be, and
And then
but,
where did it finally get? Was it hard to get all this to sound like it belonged together, or that was not?
it was not hard at all because I hired a professional.
Oh,
I hired Tom Boudreau at Bonehead Studio in Cheshire,
okay.
beautiful Cheshire, Connecticut.
And he understood
Bethany
the
Mountain.
assignment.
Yeah, compilations are murder trying to master that.
Yeah, right,
Because
right.
they're all, some of the stuff
Yeah.
sounds like it was recorded on a boombox.
Yeah,
Other stuff
yeah.
was at Firehouse 12, and you have to make it all cohesive. And he did a fantastic job.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
he
he
knew
kept
what to
the
do.
character of everything, but it's still all nice and even and level, and
Yeah.
he glued it.
Yeah.
It's all
We
together.
work with him a lot in a lot of different ways, and he's always been good to us. And
Okay,
he's
cool.
got a great studio.
And who is it again?
Tom Boudreau. That's Bonehead Studio
Okay.
in Cheshire.
Okay. So he kind of knew what to do.
Yep. Yeah. And
Did you choose the order?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was a big project.
So
was putting
what's
him
the
in
vibe?
order.
Like, how'd you?
I want it to flow. Obviously the openers and closers are a big one. The opener is the Shelley and Dean song.
Okay.
And when you put it in, the very first thing you hear is James's voice.
Oh, right.
Because that track started at Trod Nossel
Sure.
in 04. I
Yep.
think.
Yep. I'm playing on that.
Yes,
They reminded me. I didn't even remember.
you're on that.
And then
So
I
it
heard
starts.
and I
It
was
starts
like,
with
yeah.
James saying, 120 beats per minute, capo on the second fret. Here we go, and then the song starts, and it's Shelley singing, and it's heartbreaking and beautiful. The last track is Christine Ullman singing "I Miss You"
Right.
with Jim Chapdelaine,
Sure.
and that is heartbreaking and beautiful,
Sure.
and poignant and perfect. And then in the middle, I wanted it to flow, and I put the kind of punk stuff all together, and people who are friends. I put myself in between Calvin DeCutlass and Chris Buskey because I could.
Yeah, right.
I had the opportunity, so
Yep,
not
there
saying
you
I
are.
belong there, but that's where I put myself.
So funny.
So a lot of thought went into the sequencing
Yeah.
of it. A lot of thought went into everything. It was such a labor of love. And,
Did you know all of these songs? I'm looking at these and I'm like, oh yeah.
Right?
So everybody has a favorite song.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I thought everybody was going to be scrambling for the same couple of songs.
Did you have any? Were there any?
There are a couple of duplicates. Dark Wind was done twice.
Wow.
Wide Awake was done twice.
Okay.
Most artists didn't want to do the same one as someone else, but plenty had no problem. Because I told everyone, like, look, it sounds like there's a couple dozen of you. You might run into someone wanting to do your song. Hope
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah.
And everyone said they were.
That's why I pissed on the hydrant right away.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
I'm
did too.
taking
I grabbed,
this-
I'm still here.
I'm like, I'm doing this one,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I grabbed my favorite right away too. And no one did New England. That's the one I wanted
Oh,
someone to
yeah.
do New
Oh,
England.
that's
It's
funny.
so weird. It's like a little symphony. The time is weird. It's,
yeah. How many versions? All right. So when I met James, he did a solo album at Jim Chapdelaine's, and I didn't know him.
Okay.
And it was kind of like, I think his best, whatever. We did a version of I Got a Shirt. We did New England. We did Lately I Wake Up Dreaming, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite tune. Is that on?
The Fuhrers did that.
Okay.
on
All right.
there.
Yeah.
Lately, I wake up dreaming. It's so good.
That's a one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. That's a math one.
Yeah.
That was one that I got.
yeah.
I have to figure out. But that's how I met him, and we did a version New England that's hilarious. I don't know if that's the definitive one.
I don't know.
What one are you thinking of? If it had
him
if it
playing
has the
his
sound
him
of
playing his acoustic guitar
Okay.
on my couch.
Oh, all right.
Because we would meet and talk shop, do songwriting and critique,
Yeah,
and every once in a while I could just unabashedly say, "Can you play me a song?"
Yeah.
Not the new thing you wrote that you're still working out. Like, can you play a classic one that I know and I
Yeah,
like?
right.
And he, New England was my favorite, hands down.
Oh, that's
It's
funny.
hardly ever cold in New England, and he'd be sitting there in like a 14-degree day in February, and it's perfect.
I wrote down for Volume 2 that Goodnight Blue Moon could cover New England.
Ooh,
They have a song called New England, too.
Huh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done.
the Zambonis might want to go on that.
I
also,
think you're right.
Oh boy.
Cool.
While we're thinking of Cafe Night.
Yeah. Right. Huh.
Um,
How did you? I don't remember how you put the word out. How did you?
one at a time.
Yeah.
I thought about an open call, but we discussed it, and it'd be inundated with a million, and I'd have to start rejecting
Yeah.
people, and I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
reject anybody.
I got you.
So we made a list.
Okay.
We tried to make as comprehensive and complete a list as we could of
Yeah.
the James family,
Yep.
people who we should ask, and that came to like 26.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so I'd message them or email them one at a time.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing, and
Yeah.
24 of them send me stuff.
There'll be another one.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We already have almost 24,
Yeah.
26.
That's crazy.
All right.
Yeah. No, that's killer.
I'm not doing another collage though.
No, you don't need to.
Recycle that.
Right. Yeah. Just make it a different color, right?
Just a white cover.
You know what I
Just
mean?
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever.
The disc on it is a purple moon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I hated to get a little too
Yeah.
on the nose, but
Yeah. No, that's killer. I know. I'm trying to think now that I'm looking at this song list, and I remember in my tenure which ones of them were new when I learned them. Like I remember when he showed up with gas masks and vaccines. I think that was when George W. first.
Yep.
yep.
I was in, and he was fired up.
I couldn't
And that was
believe
one.
that he wrote a song where you had to sing gas masks and vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
That's astounding to me.
Right, crazy. I'm trying to think
like
of
wasps.
what the circumstance. I mean, it was George W.'s first term, and we felt a shift.
It was
And I don't know what gas. Yeah,
anthrax.
That's
The
right.
anthrax thing
That's right.
had everybody wearing masks and gas masks
That's
and
right.
gloves and getting their shots, and
I got you.
that's what triggered that.
Yep.
That I think around then is when he started coming to my studio to do the
Okay.
songwriting hangout thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot there that are kind of weird topics, and that's because each month I would say, all right, we're writing a tune about, the kitchen or house for sale or whatever. And so he would end up with half of New Haven would have a song called House for Sale that they'd play
Yeah. Right.
all on the same night. And
Yeah. You're right. Yep.
We did a show at Books and Company with that group.
of just songs written for that group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, the Sawtells, James.
There's a compilation out there somewhere.
I probably have it.
I bet you do. Oh, that'd be good to listen to, actually.
Hey. You know what I'm saying?
How about that?
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have fun on Sunday. We're gonna do it up.
I love it when there's a whole bunch of us in the same room.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, there was
Old
one.
friends.
There was one at the space.
I was there.
Right?
I organized that
That
one.
was pretty early. Yeah.
I got a shirt.
That was early on. That was early.
That was right after.
That was right after.
Yeah,
That was
couple months.
May 3rd.
Yeah.
He passed away in April.
Yikes. Yeah.
Well, to get that many people to get together that soon on a random day,
We
like
needed to.
that
That was
quick.
amazing.
Well,
You know,
we
it
needed.
just-
We needed to.
We really did.
Yeah. Everybody needed to. Wow. All right. What else?
Tell me something about John Peckman. Who are you playing with these days? Besides Shelley and Dean on March 30th
What
at New
makes it-
England Brewing.
Exactly.
175 Amity Road in Woodbridge, Connecticut.
Yeah, exactly. Not really playing that much, to be honest with you.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
What are you doing instead?
Teaching drum lessons a lot. That's kind of what I do.
Okay.
And so I do that. I actually my secret life that I guess maybe some people would have an issue with it, but I don't really care. I kind of fell into it.
can't wait to hear it.
I'm in the karaoke business.
Oh, no
I'm a
kidding.
karaoke host.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where?
The diviest dive bar in all of Wallingford, called Grand Central Cafe, which is awesome. It's a great place. I
You
love
had
working
me
for
at
them.
Diviest
Yeah,
Dive.
we're
Oh,
there.
man.
What night, man?
Oh.
We're going to get raucous, too.
Dude, all right.
It's going to be a knockdown drag out.
So I fell into the last kind of, gig that I had that was kind of, the last gig I was doing most of. When I wasn't doing that gig anymore, I was kind of scrambling, and I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to exit now that I can, instead of just try to find another band and keep this rolling. And I just happened to know somebody who was in the business that had a gig open up, and I owned a PA, and he was like, why don't you just take this gig till you can figure out what you're doing? And I started hosting karaoke just to tread water. And I ended up going, this is fine. Like I
It's gotta
like
be fun.
It's
I mean,
it is and it isn't, but it mostly is. And then so I kind of moved around in Wallingford, and then I landed at this place. It's hard to believe I might have been there close to 10 years by now, which is crazy. And
What's the name of the joint?
Grand Central. How familiar are you with Wallingford?
Is it right downtown at the crossroads there?
It's behind behind-ish the train station. Back in
yeah.
our day, it was
Yeah.
called the Shalimar.
Okay.
It's that building.
Is it over by that Greasy Spoon, the popular breakfast joint that everybody goes to?
It's near there, yeah.
Okay.
It's in that.
I know.
Diviest Dive
yeah.
Bars down behind the old train station.
I'm going to pass by it on the way home just to
Oh.
make sure I know where it is.
Oh,
What night are you there?
okay. This weekend, I'm not going to be there at all.
No.
I usually do Saturdays. Check with me.
Okay.
I do Saturdays, and I have someone else working for me that does Fridays, but sometimes we switch.
All right.
And
I'm going to sing a Mick Jagger song.
you
man.
can do whatever you. you can do whatever you want. That's the thing. People go, can I? I go, there is no can.
Yeah.
If you can pronounce it and I have it, you're on.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
care. It's democracy in action. Like there's a, but
Man,
but that's what I do on the weekends.
I'm gonna do "Ain't Too Proud to Beg," and I'm gonna dance
Ooh.
it out too.
Yeah.
He can
I-
do a Jagger dance.
Oh man, wait till you see.
I'm not sure I want to see that.
I'm pointing at you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pointing at you.
But that's kind of what I fell into, and then I just do the odd gig here and there, whenever like I'm playing. Just somebody called me for a random gig on Saturday, so I'm bagging out of that and just going to play a drum gig to remind myself that I can still play.
I saw you sitting with Christine Ullman not too long ago. Right?
Yeah. She hired me. There was a summer that ow, sorry. What did I just do?
Did you shock
I
yourself?
think I unplugged myself. Lauren went out with Mary Chapin Carpenter,
Yeah.
and she was scrambling for a drummer and just hired me for the summer or whatever it was. So I did her gig while he was out, and then
Right.
he came back. Yeah. So I did do that for a while, and I've known her forever
Yeah.
since I was a kid. So
She'll be there on March 30.
oh, cool. Hey, there you go.
She's singing her song with Big Bad John's backing her up,
Hey,
and Jim Chapdelaine, if he's feeling good.
Yeah,
'cause
right.
He just had a knee
I
replacement.
know. I told him.
I talked to him on the phone today. He's
Did
not-
you?
On the way here.
Yeah.
Is he cool? He's cool. I didn't.
He
Reach
feels
out
pretty
yet.
good.
I've
I
been
think
leaving.
he feels pretty good.
I've been leaving him alone. You see my Facebook post?
No.
I told him, he was like, made some post about him recovering. I go, wait till you finally go outside and find out that I burned your Tesla in like a misguided protest spiral.
Oh, my goodness.
Like I just freaked
Does
out.
he have a Tesla?
He does, but
He bought it
one of
before
those
he knew.
dudes, right, with the sticker. I
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I
With
remember
the
when he
sticker.
bought it. Well, it was fine.
You gotta have the sticker.
Yeah, you got it now.
And who can blame him? That's fine. But I was just saying it'd be funny if I just I need to feel like I'm doing something. Wait, I know,
I know who has
yeah,
one.
I know who has one, even though he's,
My friend Jim.
yeah. Well, that would be cool if he was there.
Yeah.
Because I haven't
I
reached out.
he's
Everybody
feeling,
is gonna be there.
He's feeling mostly pretty good. I'm hoping that he's there.
I hope so too.
I hope everybody's there, and I hope they stay for the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a noon to 5 event on March 30.
Noon to 5. Yep.
It's going to be an old home week. I think it's going to be a great time.
And of course, you got the lineup and the back line dialed in
Oh yeah,
to
absolutely.
granular.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't. Absolutely not. Well, we just had a switch. Like I said, we had when it was an outdoor stage. Yeah, I had it all written out.
Oh.
I started to have times. I got to give all the
And
notes
now-
to the sound
now
people.
you're scrambling.
And now we're scrambling just a little bit on how it's going to work. 'Cause
Is
there won't be
everybody
two big stages.
is everybody on this disc going to be there?
Not everybody.
Tell me who's going to be there.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
You know?
you ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
I don't
And
even
there,
know if you
there
are.
are plenty who are on the album who are not playing.
And then
too,
we're going to
who
do
will
that.
Be, who will
then
be
we're
coming?
going to do this, and then we're going to do that. Yeah.
Well, Derek Holcomb is going to be there.
Okay.
Barbara Shepard,
Yep.
Sawtells, AJ Gundel, Shelley and Dean, John Peckman, A Palette for the Shoal, Mitch Kramer, Shandy Lawson, the Johnny Birds, the Nortons, the Highlandsome Plains, Big Bad Johns with Christine Ullman. Did I leave anybody out? I probably did.
Wow.
And a couple more people.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but Liz Galorn, Chris Santala,
Wow,
and
and
Ponybird
Ponybird.
as a trio.
Oh, wow.
Doing Purple Moon is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Stephen
Okay.
Peter Rogers,
Oh, wow.
and Bob Tweedy.
Cool.
Bob, yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Wow.
Jim Chapdelaine, we said, AJ Gundel,
Sure. Yeah,
and a couple other people too.
That's something else.
And there were some people who weren't on the record, but they were like, "Hey, man, I know James
Yeah.
Brooks Barnett. Of course, you can
Right,
come and play.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Arthur Barger, of course, come
Yeah.
and play.
Yeah.
So there's people who want to play. I have a feeling that we don't even know how many, who
Yeah.
everybody who's gonna
Yeah.
want to be on stage at some point.
Yeah. Oh, Brooks is playing accordion with us. Did
yeah.
you know that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So that's a microphone. Or I think he goes direct. Whatever.
Does he go direct?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I told Hannah and Mike,
Yeah. Be ready.
we need to have at least 2 DIs and an instrument mic on every stage.
Yep.
3 vocal mics.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll have a.
So who was on the
it all
album
out.
that you don't think is going to be here? Just so we mention everybody.
Anne-Marie Menta will be in Paris, I believe.
Okay. All right. That's
I
it?
think that might be it.
Really?
I mean, I can't remember everybody off the top of my head,
Right.
but I'm trying to think of who would have. I don't think anyone else has told me that they won't be there. Christine Ullman is a real close one because she's coming in from
Yeah,
Italy,
she's somewhere.
and she's like, "I'm going to land and taxi to the front door, and I'll, like,
We're
save me a seat."
helicoptering her in.
Yeah, save me a seat. So she's coming in, but it's going to be real last minute.
That's crazy.
I told her I put her last.
Yeah.
That's why the Big Bad Johns are last on the bill, so that Christine can make it there in time.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? That makes sense. She could be the grand finale. Joe Flood.
Yep.
Is he going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He may have to be late that day.
Yeah.
There was a gig thing, maybe.
There was a possible gig.
Yeah,
thing.
he's busking in
maybe.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's from. Isn't he from Portland?
He is.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. That was quite a story. I didn't know him. I mean, Dave knew him.
Oh, no kidding.
And I was just, and we just kind of, oh, that's cool, whatever. And then he starts telling his story, and I'm like, whoa, this is wild.
I used to be able to do a Joe Flood voice. I can't quite do it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because he talks a little bit like he's got like a little bit of a southern drawl. He's not even from Southern Connecticut.
Yeah.
But he sounds like he's got a little
Well,
drawl.
he's been around the world.
That's true.
Yeah.
He picked up a lot of accents from
His
everywhere.
mother was my den mother when I was in Cubs.
No kidding.
We go back
That's
to-
awesome.
They had the Flood family had 12 kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got Shelley and Dean, the Johnny Birds, me with Tom Izzo, and Castellano.
And Castellano was singing with a palette for the shoal, because they both did Dark Wind, and is in a cast right now.
Oh, boy.
So she can't play
Yeah.
the guitar,
Oh, boy.
but so she'll be there with the palette
Bob
for the shoal.
Tweedle. I don't know what.
Tweety.
Bob Tweedy.
Okay.
Bob Tweedy did Crazy Rocket Ride.
Oh, okay.
And what he
Yeah.
did is he went through James's lyrics and took the lyrics he liked and wrote new music and new melody.
Hey, man, why not?
And it's
That's what James
amazing.
would have done.
It's
you're probably
it's
right.
so totally in the spirit of the whole thing. It was perfect. I love it.
AJ Gundel, you. American Elm. I don't know who.
That's Chris Bousquet.
Oh, okay.
He'll be there playing with Highlands and Plains, which
Gotcha.
James was in the bass.
One of those bands you never thought you'd ever see play again.
How about that?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, huh?
The Nortons,
Can't
too.
wait. I know.
Cool. The Lost Riots.
The Lost Riots
Oh, you said that.
is Johnny Thunders. He'll be playing there with his band now called Mitch Kramer. The Lost Riots had Sean Byrne in it, and Sean Byrne passed away.
Oh, wow.
Their song there, they do Fall Down Drunk,
Yeah.
and Thunders shouts out both of them, Sean
Yeah.
Byrne and James Velvet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
it's a great
cool.
track.
Yeah, I bet. You want to? We could get close to wrapping it up. Close. But what I need to know from you, and then if you want to recap, the ending questions. 5 desert island albums. Do you know what that means?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me. 5 albums that you would,
Biffy Clyro.
you thought about this. You're ready.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm on the fly. Biffy Clyro. The album is Only Revolutions.
Wow.
And then the rest just might be Linda Ronstadt records.
Really?
Well, no, one Linda Ronstadt
pretty hot.
record.
That one where she's
Simple
on roller
Dreams.
skates?
No, that's Living in the USA, and that's
Wow.
that's pretty. That's
The one where
nice.
she's looking in the
That's
mirror,
Pretty.
like
You
over
remember
her
that.
shoulder?
That's
Yeah,
Simple
right.
Dreams. That's Simple Dreams. I was in
The
love
one where
with
I
she's
know
got
the-
short hair and she's coming out of the
I know
phone
the
booth?
covers. I know the
Oh,
covers
yeah.
of all.
Right. Wow.
Boy, and then
Wow.
and then Guy Clark, Old
Sure.
Number One.
Sure.
John Prine, Sweet Revenge. And then I'm gonna go with just Willie Nelson's Greatest Hits,
Oh, wow.
which is a double album. I know
Sure.
it's kind of game in the system, but
Yeah, well, you know what? There's no rules.
Greatest Hits.
What
package.
system? I'm the system?
That's true.
Who cares? F the system. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Down
Let's
with-
go bust Jim Chaplin's
Yeah, where-
Tesla.
Yeah, where is he?
I'm gonna burn.
I'm going to Uber right up there, and I'm going to... Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Desert island food. Like, what could you eat every day and just be like, I'm good?
Oysters.
Wow. Interesting.
I'd be very expensive as a kept man.
It doesn't matter.
But if you're on a desert island, I bet your oysters are probably easier to get.
Well,
right?
I'm also thinking
Fish.
practicality.
Nah, don't get hung up on the desert island thing. People get hung up on. I have to. I always say that this is the same thing. I go, I got to change the question because people get hung up, and then I never change it. But I say that every time, and then we're just
No, that put me in the mind of seafood. But I honestly probably like a roasted chicken,
okay. You're not just saying that. Just
like a perfectly roasted chicken. I could do that every day.
wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I would go with that. Is there any show or concert that you saw that you feel changed your life or your career trajectory instantly?
Billy Squire at the Sting,
Holy cow.
1990.
Oh wow, wow. On the downside.
He was not cool then.
yeah.
Which is how I got to see him at the Sting
Sure,
in New
sure.
Britain.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Tickets were $13. And my buddies and I, we went in at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and got right up against the stage because we figured everyone's going to want, and no one
Sure.
else really came. It was, we were,
Oh,
no,
no.
the place was packed, but it took a while. Like we didn't have to get there at 5 o'clock.
I got you.
But during the show, like Billy's like looking at us and pointing, and the drummer's throwing us sticks and getting picks and stuff.
Maybe you were
And
standing on something. If they were pointing and throwing stuff, maybe
they'd be like,
you
get
were,
down, get off of
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
standing on my oxygen.
Yeah, right.
No, but it was just it was such a cool up close. Like I got to crawl under the stage because a drumstick went under there, and the security's like,
Yeah.
this kid, he's 17, whatever,
Oh,
let it
wow.
under. But I think that did. I already wanted to be a rock star, but that was like up close enough where like these are just regular guys. Like I'm pretty sure I had that same flannel shirt that the bass player had.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
like I could do that.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 chords, I could do that.
And you were like, I could do this.
Yeah.
Wow. Billy Squire.
And I
at the
haven't
Sting.
yet, but someday I will. And I love Billy Squire shamelessly too.
Do you?
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Did he do something wrong? And that's
Yes.
what. Oh, okay.
The video.
Not wrong. He did a bad, stupid video.
Oh. And then
Rock Me Tonight, and he was like he's like mostly naked, crawling on the floor towards the camera, and
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
just
you can't do
stupid.
that.
And that whole that alone just
Kind of flipped it.
made him so uncool that was the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
that's too
Yeah.
bad. He was a rock and roller.
He was so good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the early days of MTV. There was a live version of "Lonely Is the Night" that when I was a youngster, I was just like, oh, like that drummer. Like,
Bobby Schwinard.
yeah, I was like, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and I was like, I didn't know that you could have your hi-hats open that much and have them flapping around like that. Like he was a monster. And then when they had bish, 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 and his hi-hats were just because he's powerful. And I was like, oh, you can do that?
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to try and do that. And I don't really do that, but when you're young, you see one thing and you go, I'm going to see if I could do that.
That could be my thing. Yeah.
I remember that. Billy Squire.
Yep.
Yeah, he was kind of, like you say, we weren't really sure about him. And then when he made that video,
Then we were.
we were kind of like,
Yeah, they're like, I guess not.
but
yeah.
I think that I know probably other people have talked about that video or whatever. But we were all, I think at that point, everybody was suffering from Prince damage. That everybody had to be an androgynous dancer now. Like
yeah, MTV. Yeah,
and
MTV was-
I think he kind of, that's the way videos were going. And he probably, sorry,
Billy
no
Squire
disre-
he was just a guy with a Les Paul, and he wore jeans, and he had no shtick. He
but
had
who,
no.
who knows? Maybe they were like, "Yo, you gotta maybe
Yeah.
you."
Oh
can-
yeah.
I don't think it was his decision.
No, he's talked about that video many
Oh, okay,
times, and
okay.
he was really not comfortable with the whole thing, and he
Right.
regretted it, and then it came out, and then he really regretted
Yeah,
it.
and then we were because that was.
And 20 years later, he had an acoustic album.
Yeah, well,
That's what happens.
That's how it works.
I'm sure
He's on the
just-
Ringo Starr tour.
I'm sure he's fine.
He did a Borders tour for that acoustic album, actually.
Wow.
Wow.
Yikes.
Huh.
Hey man, did you go to that?
No, it wasn't one near me. It was like literally like Midwestern Borders.
Oh wow.
I know.
Yikes.
Those are the worst borders.
Yeah.
Coffee out there stinks.
We're all trying to get him out of like retirement on Facebook.
Really?
He has a new song.
Billy Squire.
Yeah, it's called it's harder on a woman.
Wow. Huh.
It's not.
I can't wait to see the video.
Fantastic.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But I mean,
He's got to
We
be.
dragged
Billy Squire's got to be doing fine. He's got to be doing his thing, right?
They play him on rock radio all the time,
Right.
don't
Right.
he's all right.
they? It's one of the 250 best songs in the world. that-
Yeah. Oh, Billy
Beat to
Squire
death.
was cool. Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for coming. This will more than likely, unless some catastrophe happens, this will definitely post before the gig. So anybody that is thinking about going to the gig on Sunday, the 30th, at
New England Brewing.
Brewing Company in Woodbury.
Woodbridge.
Woodbridge, I'm sorry. Woodbridge,
That's okay.
Connecticut.
Right by the old Sam Ash.
Really?
Yeah, right by the tunnel on Route 15.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
On the western end.
Maybe
of the
I
tunnel.
don't know where that place is then, after all. I was thinking of some other place. That's good.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be there.
You're going to love it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great spot.
I can't wait.
There's going to be a James Velvet beer
Really?
on tap and in 6-packs you can buy called Mr. Lucky's American Lager.
Oh, cool.
If you're lucky, you may get a commemorative can,
Whoa.
just
That's
for
heavy.
being there and
That's
playing
heavy.
music.
Yeah, I'm actually, I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but I'm singing from behind the drums, a James Velvet song, which I've never really done. I mean, I sing, but I mean, at rehearsal, I was like, I wonder if I can actually do this. And
Yeah.
Turns out I kind of can.
Nice.
So it's going to be, a new thing for me too.
I think there's going to be a lot of one-off collaborations, a lot of interesting things,
Yeah.
a lot of old friends, a lot of beer, and a lot of music. And add that all together, it's going to be a very nice day for me.
Cool.
I have a
Everybody in
feeling
the room
everybody
is
will
going
like
to be
it.
friends with each other.
Yeah, right.
Either old friends or they just met, but they're going to click just fine because
what's-
none of his friends were a-holes,
That's what's
That's true.
important. Right.
really.
Yeah, killer. Okay, well, Shandy Lawson was here. Frank Critelli was here again. And we hope to see you all, us all, at the thing on Sunday. And I can't wait to listen to this. I heard some of it, but there's no way I heard all 24 of these tunes, but I'm going to now. So thank you for your efforts in making the
Pleasure.
recording. Thank you for your efforts of making this thing, the show, go.
And, buddy, thank you for having us, and thanks for all you do.
Oh, hey, no problem. My pleasure. All right, hey, we'll see you all on Sunday. Shandy Lawson, Frank Critelli.
Cheers.
Whoa, that's loud. And it's the John Peckman Podcast. That's us. Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland. And you can like and subscribe, tell your friends, have your own podcast here in our beautiful studio. Dave will tell you how. And that is all.
If you'd like to start your own podcast, give us a call at Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Our professionally designed podcast space is here for all your recording needs. Rent out our studio to do interviews with up to 4 people, to record audiobooks, social media content, and all other recorded material. Our rentals include a private studio along with our professional-grade podcasting equipment, and we can customize your output to whatever your needs are. We also have green screen capabilities, which will expand to video capability if you so wish. So check us out here at convalley.net/podcast.